What we're going to go over today is how to simplify fractions. What we need to remember about fractions is teachers will always want you to simplify a fraction or put it in lowest terms. Tests like the ACT will always have their answer choices in simplest form or lowest terms. So fractions should always be simplified or in lowest terms for it to be correct. To do that, we have to divide the top of the fraction and the bottom of a fraction by the same number. A lot of times students will try to divide the top one by one number and the bottom by a different number. You need to pick a number and divide both the top and the bottom by that same number. The next problem students may have is, well, what number am I going to choose? I don't know what number. Now some people can look at it and tell, oh, this is a great number to use. I can divide the top and the bottom one by this one. This that I'm about to go over is for those people, hey, I'm unsure. I'm not positive about what number to use. So we're going to give you a list of numbers that you can use that'll hopefully help you. Use these numbers right here. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. Or in other words, use prime numbers. Start with 2. Try to divide the top and the bottom by 2. If 2 will go into the top and the bottom, you divide each one of those numbers and write the new numbers down. If you try to divide the top or the bottom by 2 and you get a decimal, then you can't use 2. If you use 2 once, then try it again. Keep using 2 as long as it will go in the top and the bottom number. Keep dividing the top and the bottom by 2 until 2 doesn't work anymore. Once 2 doesn't work anymore, go to 3. Divide the top and the bottom by 3 until it doesn't work anymore. Same with 5. Once 3 doesn't work, go to 5. Divide the top and the bottom by 5. Once 5 doesn't work anymore, go to 7. Once the numbers in your fraction are smaller than the ones that you're trying, you've probably got it in simplest terms, or you have simplified it. If you get to 11, just go to the next prime number, which is 13, but we're just going to use this list right here. So in our notes, we're going to have 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 as our special numbers that we're going to use to simplify any fraction they give us. So let's look at an example. Real easy example here. We're going to simplify 6/8. And what we need to remember are those numbers in our notes. 2, 3, 5, 7, and 11. So I'm going to take out my calculator and I'm going to see if 2 will go into the top number and the bottom number. I'm going to start with 6. 6 divided by 2, it'll go in the top one, so I'm going to write that down because 6 divided by 2 is 3. Let's see if 2 will go into 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 2 worked that time. I'm going to see whether or not it'll work again. 3 divided by 2. I got a decimal. It's not working in the top. There's no reason for me to check the bottom one. The next number is 3. I've used 2. I'm going to check 3. See if I can use 3. 3 divided by 3. That's me dividing the top up here by 3. Looks like it's working in the top, but let's see if it works in the bottom. 4 divided by 3. Look, I get a decimal. It'll work for the top number, but 3 won't work for the bottom number. So 3 is not working. I could just mark these off my list. 5 is the next on my list. Well, 5 is bigger than both of these. So that's how I know to stop. Circle that right there. There's my answer. Start with 2, go down your list until you get one that will work, or the numbers in your fraction are smaller than the number that you're trying. Let's try a fraction with bigger numbers. Let's simplify 36 over 120. We're going to use these same numbers right here. We're going to use 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 as our special numbers that we need to use. So take out my calculator and let's see if 2 will go into 36. 36 divided by 2. Okay, it's working for the top number. Let's see if it works for the bottom number. 120 divided by 2. Hey, it worked for the bottom one. Once 2 works one time, I'm going to keep using it until 2 doesn't work anymore. So let's go 18 divided by 2. 9. And let's see if it'll go into the bottom number. 60 divided by 2. 30. I'm going to keep using 2 until it doesn't work anymore. So let's see if 2 will go into this top number right here. 9 divided by 2. As soon as I get a decimal, I mark that number off my list because it's not working anymore. I go to the next number, which is 3. Let's see if 3 will go into both of these. 9 divided by 3. It's working for the top one. Let's see if it's working for the bottom one. 30 divided by 3. It worked once. Let's see if it'll work again. We'll take this top number, divide it by 3. 3 divided by 3. It's working for the top number. Let's see if it works for the bottom number. 10 divided by 3. Nope. 3 doesn't work. I marked through that because it worked for the top, but it didn't work for the bottom. My next number on my list is 5. 5 is bigger than this one. As soon as I get one of these in my list that's bigger than this, that's where I stop. I have simplified that fraction right there. Let's try another one. I've got 70 over 105. I'm going to use my same numbers again. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. We're going to use these until they don't work anymore. Let's try 2. Take out my calculator. 70 divided by 2. Hey, it's working for the top number. Let's see if it works for the bottom number. 105 divided by 2. Nope, got a decimal. 2's not working. It only worked for the top one, so I'll mark through that. Let's make another fraction over here, and let's try 3. 70 divided by 3. Decimal. 3's not working. I go to the next number on my list. 70 divided by 5. 14 in the top. Let's see if 5 will go in this one down here. 105 divided by 5. 5 worked for the top number and it worked for the bottom number. It worked once. Let's see if it'll work again. 14 divided by 5. Got a decimal. So 5's no longer working. Go to the next one on my list. 7. 14 divided by 7 is 2. It's working for the top one. Let's see if it works for the bottom one. 21 divided by 7. 7 worked for the top one and the bottom one. There's no reason for me to try 7 again because 7 is bigger than these. As soon as I get it to where the number I'm trying is bigger, I have simplified that fraction. So keep using these numbers over and over and over again until they don't work anymore, and go to your next one until you get a number that's bigger than the one that's in your fraction.